everybody. Hello, Luca. Hello, Zarmegas. Hello, T. Welcome back to Tales of Arise. Last time, we beat another one of those extra bosses, and we got a bunch of optional shit, and we finally made it to Lenegis, where things are not so peachy keen either. Let's find out what's going on. So many answers. Hello, Pro.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Let's talk to everybody about the lords. Hello, Burn. Welcome to the stream.
Wonder which lord I support? Why, you out canvassing for someone? I'm with His Excellency. Rosely Tildeles. Probably know him better as Lord Balsef.
Whoa. Okay, I was not expecting. I was like, so that's weird. He has a completely different name. I guess a name that you can actually fucking pronounce.
I know a lot of people consider him to be a giant brute. Believe me, I realize he can be an aggressive man. What those people don't realize is how much he looks after the members of his house. It's fair to say that House Tildeles doesn't enjoy much esteem. Those of us who serve it will be the first to admit that.
Yes!
But His Excellency always stands up against any who would mean us harm. For that we can be sure. His efforts in the crown contest aren't only for his family, but to prove the standing of each and every member of his house.
Yes!
I owe so much to His Excellency. I could never dream of serving any other lord. And if he died, I don't know what I would do, especially if he was eaten by a giant fire monster.
Yeah.
Balsef had it in him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
Seriously.
It's possible. A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective. So even he might have had something he wanted to protect.
Okay, yep, going back. Seriously? That's insanitary. Let's go. Lord Dohalim, you've returned! And I see Brother's with you. Do you remember who I am, my lord? Surely you must. Yes. Not only do I support House Canaris, but more specifically his lordship personally. So much so, I've been trying to share my appreciation of his lordship to any who will listen. In fact, I was planning to publish my extensive writings on the subject thoroughly through this very terminal for all to read and enjoy. Hello, Donnie. Welcome to the stream. But since the lines appear to be cut due to the recent tumult, I've been unable to upload them. I know! Since you're all here, I'll just read them aloud. It's 500 pages on how fucking awesome and hot Dohalim is. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. There exists a most handsome man. A man who radiates beauty, whose every word, every syllable is divine poetry. He hails from the famed House Canaris, and his name, Lord Dohalim. Music is his passion, the arts his great love. The so scores of boorish, uncouth men of this land cannot begin to compare to his magnificence. So refined and majestic is his posture, with the mere thought of it brings me to ecstasy. Once he becomes our sovereign, Rana shall bloom anew, ushering in an era of prosperity for our grand civilization. Until that glorious day comes, I shall forever be praying for his victory morning, noon, and night. Oh, well, what do you think, my lord? I poured my whole heart into it, hoping to capture your essence. Wait! I forgot to mention anything about his lordship's love for collecting things! I gotta start all over! I must take this time to write while the lines are down to expend it. Only then will my masterpiece be complete!
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then. Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
Everybody talking about Dohalim like he's not there. Oh my god. Okay, can I help heal? I guess not. With everything all topsy-turvy in the residential quarter, there are lots of injuries. Steps keeps dropping on people, and they're also falling down.
Sovereign knows best. His will works in mysterious ways.
Well, I never. Do you think anyone would try to tear me away from House Valkyris?
What?
What do you want? Don't tell me you work for Lord Dohalim or that dreadful Lord Almadria, do you? You don't? Well, don't scare me like that. To answer your question, I come from a family that has served Valkyris for generations. Indeed, I'm doing all I can to support Lord Ganibald behind the scenes, so he might emerge victorious. Many think him to be a cruel man, but I insist they're utterly mistaken. Though I won't deny he can be strict, he puts Rena's interests front and center like no one else does. Why, he advocates that rather than stay confined to Lenegis, we should get on with colonizing Dana and expanding our horizons. That way, we'll become masters of both worlds and overturn our current minority status on Dana's surface. That is why he seeks to become our next sovereign. Tell me, is there a greater, more noble ambition than that? I think not. It is a pursuit of power for the advancement of all our kind. It is what makes him an exemplary lord, a model above all others. Though I am unable to accompany him myself, my 2 sons have been blessed with the honor of joining him on the service.
Yeah, we probably killed them.
What?
Just kidding.
As their father had filled me with endless pride.
Ganibald was so horrible to people, yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena. It seems like Ganibald also had people he cared about until the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us, Dan?
Exactly, because they don't. It's simply the fact that they don't acknowledge the Danans as people, which is the true tragedy. Damn, look at this
area
place.
doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through. Indeed, the effects of Lenegis' transformation appear to be less pronounced here.
Yeah.
Or, viewed another way, this area was simply luckier.
Tell us about another lord.
Pardon me.
Pardon me. This area falls under the sole jurisdiction of House Canaris. I must ask you to depart at once. Surely you don't claim to be ignorant of our famed house, ruled over the esteemed Lord Almadria? If so, I urge you to listen well. In fact, I bid you to listen carefully regardless. Have you ever noticed how in the history of Lenegis, only a few women lords have emerged to compete in the crown contest? Many have theories as to why this might be, but Lord Almadria quashed the doubts of any naysayers through sheer might. In fact, not only did she usurp her father and previous family master, she also removed her older brother to claim the seat for herself. She is a woman who stops at nothing to get what she wants, which gives her enemies nary the slightest opening to strike. Truly, Lord Almadria is a woman of talent. No one in all of Rena better exemplifies the virtues of our nation's meritocracy. Girl boss all the way. Soon, the age of a glorious woman sovereign reigning over Lenegis shall be upon us at last.
I guess her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
Some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right too.
That does
Oh, god damn it. Oh, it's just doing the same thing again.
doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's like, it seems like they don't even have a view of what's going on Dana. Otherwise, they would have known that we were killing all the lords. Like, they have no, like, TVs to view the crown contest at all. Alright, last one. Volran.
Ridiculous. Hello, son.
Huh? Oh, I was just reading about Volran. Can I help you?
Okay.
I was always an ardent supporter of Lord Uragil Hildress myself. Were it not for his sudden death down on the surface, I likely still would be.
Ooh, interesting. Is Volran his son or something?
In my eyes, Lord Ulrigil is a true Water Lord. I don't believe for a second that he perished in some accident like they say. Volran is a fucking maniac. Gah! As for how Volran runs Galatharos, don't get me started. I hear he enslaved not only Danans, but his fellow Renans. We may live in a society where to the victor go the spoils, but his actions go against what we as a people stand for. Besides, just what sort of family line is this House Ignorisi of his anyway?
Oh, interesting. He's not like the other lords. Ooh. Huh.
I've never heard of it until he came along.
Wow. Huh. So he's different. And he has the sovereign powers too. So yes, something special about him. We definitely haven't seen the last of him. Hello, Mystery Theater. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by.
I've never heard of it until he came along, which means they must be among the lowest dregs of society. That such an ignoble lineage could suddenly produce an astral artist capable of ascending to lordship is unheard of. None of it makes any sense. Who does he think he is, some kind of shonen protagonist? Not to mention all the upheaval around here of late. What is happening to our people?
Oh, that's okay, Mystery Theater. It was last minute, and you don't have to apologize.
It seems like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volran either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganatheros changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary, remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
Okay, I was wondering because I couldn't use the controller.
Think about it,
I was wondering what was
these
going on.
Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
It's like,
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces, and nothing exemplifies that more than the Lords.
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you, because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah. I think it's made me realize that the Lords were all people, too. Balsif and the others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still, just because they had loved ones in their lives doesn't mean...
I know. What they did was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that. But at the same time, they weren't incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals, just like the rest of us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is...
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
Rinwell.
Am I
wow,
wrong?
For Rinwell to say that.
Not at all.
Being a Danan doesn't make you a good person. And being a Renan doesn't make you a bad one. I think that's something we've all seen.
Shion and Dohalim definitely make a good case for it.
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I earn that trust. As a fellow human being above all
I
else.
really love that. They're basically saying the true villain is the Renan society. Not so much as any particular individual. So, that's why I'm thinking that the final villain may be something that embodies that society. I should be able to go over here. Sheep meat. see. Running around looking for chests. Interesting, that was treated as a side quest. There's a little alleyway over here. Let's see what's over here. Here's the thingy. Great gel and nothing. Father, what's going on? I'm scared.
I'm not sure, son. Never in all my years here on Lenegis has anything like this happened, not even once. Always been a decree before anything takes place. Not only was there none this time, but the residential quarters seemed damaged and injuries.
Could this mean there's something bad happening then?
It's possible. For now, all we can do is wait and hope for the best.
There's something I just don't get.
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that won the previous contest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, who was it then?
Confronting Volran, the former lord of Cislodia, if memory serves.
So then this Confronting whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegis?
Jeez.
I guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegis from the motherland, sovereign or otherwise.
Whoa.
That never struck you as a little bit
Huh.
odd?
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange quirks and discrepancies. The question is then, by whom? And to what end?
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own.
Interesting.
In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelagian, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe
Are they
anymore.
being like harvested or something?
You and me both. Though we are Renin by blood, neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed, remember?
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
No use standing around here chatting about it then. Let's get a move on.
Yeah, that's true. The crown contest seems to be rigged. And there's a lot of crazy mysteries. Imagine if there was a twist to that on Rena, they're slaves as well, and they don't even realize it. Like on Lenegis. That would be pretty crazy. I went 2 steps.
Faria.
Oh my god.
Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
But why are you here?
She was in the cutscene.
Don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still... kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace,
I'm guessing
then
that
so
guy
be
was her
it.
boyfriend or something.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
Oh god, she is terrifying. Seriously, that lady is scary as hell. I guess we're gonna fight her. Oh god.
Dohalim. I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Finally learned the whole story about
Each
this.
of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia.
I love that we're getting
I have
more
no intention of
Dohalim
expiring
Kisara
before I
stuff.
do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
Jeez, God, the red lady. Oh God, I can't wait until we fight her. She's just really fucking creepy. And we just skipped over this whole area. There's probably some chests over there or something. Is it gonna let us go back? Yep. Okay.
Let me tell you 3 kids how lucky you are.
How could any of this happen? For years, Lenegis was a bastion of order and stability. Where did it all go so wrong?
Alright. Anything? And that's where I was before. Really, there's nothing here. It's just for show. Okay.
I feel guilty about fleeing while there are kids out there fighting. There's no need to worry about them. They come from a higher ranking family than ours. That make their SLR stronger than ours. They're simply fulfilling their duty to society as members of the ruling elite. I know, but it still doesn't sit right with me.
Take down the fucking caste system. Yeah, Volran just vanished. He's definitely coming back. There's definitely not going to be any owls here.
This is crazy. How long is this gonna keep going on?
I don't know. Normally would have had orders from the top brass informing all the separate classes what they need to do. I doubt that's happening. The whole chain of command in the city seems like it's broken down. Nobody knows what's happening. It doesn't mean someone somewhere isn't watching our every move.
Yeah, I really do think the Red Lady is some kind of AI. And that's also possible, Mystery Theater. Like, it's some kind of, like, the Lord is the same person and they're just stealing new bodies of the winner of the crown contest. That is very possible, yeah.
Now we see if there's anyone higher ranking around here. They'll have an idea about what we should be doing.
Hello, family. Any chests? Looking for chests. No chests.
The feeding pen is in bad shape. Who knows how many people have died?
And what happened to the Zeugles? Don't tell me they broke out!
No, luckily we were able to seal them off before they got too far. Not just does much good when they've escaped in other districts too. If I had to guess, I'd say there are a lot of Zeugles running loose throughout Lenegis.
And there are lots more of them than us, too. What are we gonna do while our best soldiers are stationed down on Dana? Oh, there's a shiny thingy. Tofu. Renin tofu.
Wow, this place is beautiful.
This place didn't get hit.
It must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renin sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Faria, and Tarnigan. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnigan. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed.
Called it.
Despite Faria's lower-class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnigan and Avakir.
Oh, wow.
It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing.
Hell yeah, my girl.
Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnigan and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnigan had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnigan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait, don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less. She would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty, instead I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renin oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shion. I promise he does.
I hope you're right.
Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. It's that asshole from the beginning.
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
Oh, I love this game so much. Oh, there's a shop over there. Oh my god. Seriously. How adorable can this game possibly
What do you
be?
say we check back in on the ranch?
We can do that from here.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is my shop been blessed with Lord Dohalim and his servants? Anything I can help you with, my lord?
It was the guy who talked to Dohalim when we first got to Lenegis, Luca. Can we get new weapons? Let's see. Oh, wow. We got the Atonement Edge. So don't have any Dark Mains for that. Gladius Rain. Wow. Even something even better than the Atonement Edge. Sword made with Lenegis technology. Cutting edge front technology is still developing good in anyone's hand. Okay. Everyone gets Lenegis weapons. Scalpel Marine and Assault Shot. Oh my god! What the fuck is that? She's like a fucking bazooka. Yeah, Dark Mains. Wonder when we're gonna get those. Hopefully here. A famous cannon thought to be immortal. Alright. Dohalim. Yeah, Dark Main is just gonna be the end of this. Here we go. Caduceus Reen. Rod made with Lenegis technology, yeah. I'm gonna run out of money. Historia Reen, oh wow. Another Dark Main. Radiant, oh. A third. Craft it, but don't equip, because the book we have is like, I think like our endgame fucking equipment or some shit. Castus Reen. Oh, wow. She can equip both of these. Wow, this looks amazing with her armor. Look at all those gold chunks that we just sold. Okay, craft. Kisara stuff. Pink protector. A cat shield. Oh my god. And Scooterine. That looks beautiful. Look at that. That goes so well with her armor. A Again, we just need a couple of dark mains. Okay, where is all that, actually, let me get... I don't know how this is fucking possible, but... Oh my god, I don't know how we're able to, defying all logic, we can manage the freaking, manage the ranch from here. Any new accessories we can forge? Let's see. A couple of new things, yeah. Comeback ring, dang. Impact ring, that looks awesome. I forget what was like, it was like a, I forget exactly what we needed to. Try to enhance this. And the impact ring as well. Resist ring. We haven't done a lot with accessories. Items. Let's see if there's yeah. Peach gels, the HP. No, I don't usually use those myself, but the AI uses them a lot. Oh wow, we can buy treats. That's crazy. Oh, new armor. Too bad. Oh, here's one for Law. He's the only one who didn't get something from the side quests. Yep. Okay. Oh, let's actually sell some meat. I don't want to sell that. Oh, here we go. Wrapping meat. Okay. There we go. Got some of that money back.
Have you guys?
Let's see what we can equip. Oh, that's really good. Water damage minus 50%. That's really good. Oh no, Rinwell needs the magic more. Let's see. who's the comeback ring? Alphen could use that. And yeah, she's got a lot for the protect ring there. There we go, that looks good. Make her a bit faster, because speed is, I think, her one weakness. Alright, skill panel. Oh, that's a new thing. Defeat all the lights that emerge from the wedge. Okay, so we have one more to go for that one. That's a new thing that appeared in his screen here. My god, I guess there's one more that'll go here. Alright, Shion, Mystic Crest. I still can't know the ultimate ingredient. Bombs, explosives, special. I don't know what exactly that means. CP restoration when full, that's something to shoot for. Let's see. Increased anti-dragon damage, that's something good for her. Let's see. There we go, Kisara. How about strength and counter edge?
Checked your equipment lately? I see a medic and supply officer over there.
Oh. And we can cook some things here. Let's cook this.
That came out great. Everyone's gonna be real surprised.
Attack up L. Yep, I have a feeling we're gonna enter a combat area now. Let's save. Yep.
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Guess not.
Well, so much for them not wanting. Fight ho! I am Lord Dohalim of Elder Menentia. I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed enough. If they want to fight, they got one.
Jeez. Oh god, they got controlled.
We'll soon see about that.
Alfie, let's go. Yes.
This ends now.
Woo!
Consider yourself finished.
Can't get out of this!
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zoogles during experiments.
Seriously, they're in space.
But not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volran.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volran, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Okay, this is an optional area here. Let's see. Grape gel. Oh, hello. Giant mantis dude, that's a recolor of the bonus boss that we fought. Oh, they're all neon green. Alpha force wolves. They're darkness elemental. Do I have any light attacks? I know I do. Oh, you hear with Taurus Celestia. Yeah, that is the weakness. Okay. Come on, let's go. Everybody's got new weapons.
We can really make weapons
Oh,
with this?
there's the dark mains. Okay, yep, those guys have dark mains. I think we should go back after we kill a few more. Oh, hello. Do you have a dark main, Mr. Giant Mantis? What element are you? Darkness, yeah. We both did healing spell at the same time. Jeez. Whoa! Oh, yes! Oh, wow. Mystic Art. Wow, that barely scratched him. These guys are no joke. Alfie, oh god, Alfie. Thank you, Dohalim, for reviving me. Yes!
Die! Consuming wildfire! Alvin, this ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
That'll teach us for getting cocky.
Indomitable Gargantua Bone, that's something that we got from frickin' bonus bosses. wolves and these guys. Oh wow, big variety.
Consider yourself finished.
Oh my god, and Ridwell learned another new spell. Jeez. Jeez.
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
Look at all those dark mains. Okay, let's go back now and do it. I gotta forge this shit. I've been waiting on the dark mains way too long. Hopefully the enemies will probably respawn, but hopefully I can get around them. Okay, yes. Now Shion can get an even better gun. She can get that, but even though she doesn't fucking need it. No, Curse Claw, Chameleon Hide. Okay, anything else I can sell? I don't want to sell weapons. Sell some old armor. Now we can finally make his joke weapon. Okay. We have everybody's joke weapons except hers. I don't know where to find Curse Claw or Chameleon Hide. But yeah, now we got, and hers. Blistering Fang. Don't know where that is.
Have you got...
And me as well. Rest up again.
This is great. The taste and aroma will blow everyone away.
I'm sorry, I just really wanted to get those forging out of the way. Because we were missing those dark mains for so long. Yep, okay, they're gone at least. I don't have to fight those guards. Hey, HA! Welcome to the stream. Oh, these dogs are... But I can go around them. I'm glad the mantis is a... Excuse me, pardon me. Okay. And this is where I was. And there's the thingy here. Shortcake recipe. Alright, let's fight these guys. See, that was just a little brief detour. Oh, you have big news? That's cool. Is it about the game you were making? There we go. Slam. Oh, that's where we're going. And there was an...
soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Is someone making them stand guard over the Forbidden Zone?
Oh, snap, AJ. Wow, congratulations.
Right, here goes. By me. Denied. Can you take it? Begin.
That's a big decision.
As if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
That is really great that you can figure that out. So happy for you.
I have no limits.
You have no limits. Oh. And Dohalim healed everybody. Oh.
Through. Ha! Melt. Scarlet Inferno.
Seriously, AJ. You can message me afterwards if you want to talk more. I mean, I'll definitely try to talk later. I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of the stream right now, but congratulations. Now let's kill a giant mantis. Here we go. Woo!
Consider yourself finished.
I'm practically unstoppable.
Manted claw. I wonder if that'll be used in forging things. How's my health doing? Fighting these guys. Oh, Force Duster. Oh, that's a new guy there. Yeah, I was gonna say probably maybe tomorrow or something.
Look sharp.
Lightning Tiger Blade.
On your knees.
Primed and ready. I never miss.
I don't want to change characters. Okay, these guys are both darkness. There we go. Taken down forceful.
No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Okay, that's the way we want to go, so we should go the other way first. Ooh, look at all these enemies.
Let's see what you've got.
In an instant.
Damn. Seriously, combat is never boring in this game. That's for sure. There we go.
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
Regenerative crystal. That's a brand new forging thingy. It's like a little treasure room here. Treasure room. And more guys to fight. But I want to see what's in here first. Treasure chest. A ton of money. Alright, let's fight these guys we saw on the other side. Dohalim. This is your story arc. Or rather, the next part of it, I should say. Since, some big attacks. Nope. Punch those bullets off. Boom, 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 ba-doom, boom, ba-doom.
Consider yourself finished.
Flaming swing. Electro swing. I love electro swing. Oh, that's cool. I don't think I've seen that before. Wow.
With this, I can become even stronger.
Yeah, those are still the old forge materials. Oh, a teleporter. Yeah, I got everything in all these rooms. Oh, cutscene. Oh, sounds like we're gonna fight a boss here.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Alphen's a sovereign. Sweetheart Alfie, gonna open the door. Let's see. Oh, it came from all the electricity attacks going everywhere. Luca. Whoa! Just like that, eh?
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What's going on?
What?
What the?
Uh-oh. Oh, a flashback.
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What spirit are they trying to channel?
Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, we're both in the same boat. Why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds, but neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Dang. She's kind of badass.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it.
What happened?
I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
Did they all see that?
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
Oh, they all did
It
see
was
that.
Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
Luhala Mirage
You
on
mean
the
all of
stream.
that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
I don't think so either.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegis. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you.
Damn, she is just...
Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this
She is
thing
just
wide
like
open.
freaking... like just...
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After
Just
that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
So enamored by him. I wouldn't say it's just as bad, but they have it pretty bad, definitely. They really have to fix the system. Oh, now's the boss. They have it pretty bad, and definitely getting rid of this hierarchy bullshit will help everybody for sure. Alright. Time for a boss. Uh-oh. Is that the girl from before? Yep. Looks like we're gonna have to fight her. She looks hypnotized.
Faria, how did you get in here?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
Oh shit. The Darkness Core. Uh-oh. Summoning freaking demon thingy.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when...
We can talk later. Here it comes.
Tormented Lynn.
What? I've never known Faria to control noodles like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a master core?
What the? Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Doodles. Then we get some answers.
Take this!
Damn, compared to the bosses before that, like, he has a lot of HP. Like, he started, like, what, around 200,000?
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Another incantation.
Oh god!
Eat dirt! Where are you going? I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss. Sleep now.
I'll be saving this one.
You picked the wrong fight.
There we go. Stay in the back. Just gonna eat a peach gel.
It's weakened.
This ends now.
Being interrupted.
Not in your dreams.
I'm never fit.
I have
Heal
no
my
limits.
wearied companion.
I'll heal you all. Healing circle.
God damn it, Rinwell.
Bring you back from Death's Abyss.
Wow, my heal is way better than Dohalim's.
Consider yourself finished.
Oh god, what the fuck is this? Mystery Theater was talking about Inuyasha there. It's Inuyasha is very drawn out. And it's like there we go. Like the anime of Inuyasha, I was around for that. It had a ton of filler.
I'll do my best not to disappoint.
My natural defenses are fading. I'm a sitting duck.
Retreat from the south.
Oh, I got debuffed.
Carve through burn in hell. Prepare to be seen. In a vine.
That move.
Here comes the big one.
Deny. This one's mine. I'm never fit.
Come on, he only has 7,000 HP.
By the power of radiant stars.
This is some punishment.
You pay for that.
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss.
This should do it.
Will this help? Illuminate the dark. Healing circle.
Come on, just finish him off. Here's a core break. There we go.
Consider yourself finished.
Woo! Finish him off.
Now it's just her. Faria, Can you hear me? Faria!
She's preparing another summoning!
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more. Dohalim!
Oh wow, she sniped it.
Forgive me.
Ooh.
Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
Didn't know the master
We're not
course
even
were that
supposed to be
fragile.
in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case...
I'll take her off your hands.
Oh.
Avakir, what are you doing here?
There he is.
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
Oh, that's good
And
that he
you
heard
believed
that.
me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to, but whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
That's nice. He might explain it to her when she wakes up.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria. As for Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible.
Thank you, Kisara.
But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Hell yeah! That's
Indeed.
it. That's what I've been saying the whole
Ridding
time.
society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
Yes.
You can't atone, Dohalim.
Huh?
I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul searching or trying to make amends is going to change that. Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already past, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Shion,
When she says something like that, she reminds me of
Thank
Velma.
you have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Faria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well. I'm most grateful.
Oh, shucks. We're on the same team, right? Let's move on.
Do you think Faria was really being controlled by someone?
Certainly seemed that way. The question is, who? The Red Woman?
The same person who's behind all of this, I'll bet. Whoever that is.
Brainwashed or feelings of resentment she holds towards me are real.
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back. If that's not playing dirty, I don't know what is.
It does tell us one thing at least. Someone here in Lenegis is watching us. Someone who means us harm.
There's no question. That attack was meant for us alone.
By someone capable of getting inside a person and manipulating them like a weapon. We need to find whoever it is, fast.
Oh, cutscene again.
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
More flashbacks. Discount flashback warehouse. Here we go. Oh, it's this thingy. There's a Renaissance. Both got their Sharingan. Now, let's see.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
Whoa, what's going on? Oh, yuck. The thorns. What the fuck is that? Hey, ho, welcome to the stream. The fuck is going on? The fuck is going on?
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion.
So the thorns
It's the
is
same
like
vision as the one my thorns show me.
an eldritch
A vision of
abomination.
impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
God damn it, she has Cthulhu inside of her. Fucking
Visions of the
hell.
apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
Jeez.
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
Oh
That
god,
power
Shion.
flowing into her. It reminds me of Shion's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want Oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure.
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
Shion's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of. And I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
Finally, we begin to understand what the thorns are.
Yes, and their source. A ceremony that occurred 3 centuries ago.
But we still don't know how to get rid of them. I just hope we can find a way.
God damn it, did I just...
Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns, as well as my own past.
Uh-oh, this sounds like a big story turning point.
I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens. I just need a little time for...
Oh my god, dang. Okay, good, I get this back.
That vision we saw. It was as if it was meant specifically for us.
What do you make of it? Do you still think the will of Dana might be involved somehow?
Maybe it's trying to tell us something. But what?
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like seeing dead people, messages from beyond the grave, ghost-type stuff.
That's your grand theory? That we're being haunted? Come on, Law.
Wait. He might be closer to the mark than you think. What if a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether of a place? And what if those with a connection could then somehow pick up on them?
You think that's what it was? Some kind of message someone left here for us?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was Dana's will, or somehow connected to the Sovereign and Maiden's powers, I do not know.
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is full of enough astral energy, it can somehow show us events that happened centuries ago?
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather in one place anyway? Seems unlikely it happened naturally.
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years. Whoever left it for us, the strength of their intent is beyond doubt.
The strength of their intent.
Let's heal up first. Let me just save. All right, let's do this.
Soon, I have to be ready to face anything. I'm determined to save Shion and Dana. Nothing I learn can change that.
Forbidden Zone research area. Oh wow! Oh, this is the place from his memories.
Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. Curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out. This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
For the people of Lenegis, the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dreams. Yet here I am, standing within its hallowed halls.
It's off limits even for lords, then? Talk about an exclusive club.
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign? Doesn't that seem a little strange?
Strange doesn't cover it. If it was only one room, maybe. But a place on this scale? How do they keep it from falling into ruin? Whoever the Sovereign is, they can't manage the upkeep of this whole place themselves.
Did no one ever talk about it when you were growing up?
No, not that I can remember. Then again, Sovereigns and Forbidden Zones weren't exactly breakfast table conversations.
The Forbidden Zone is a hallowed place, at one with the Sovereign's authority, grounds of the one true ruler who presides over all Renans. That is what we believed this place to be. No, what we were made to believe it was. But now, it is finally time to discover this area's true purpose, and why it was kept hidden behind the scenes for so long.
Any chests? Any chests? Oh, a thingy. A notice. This area will now be shut down as the project proceeds to the final phase. Showing Lenegis structures. You can see pipes for transporting astral energy. Showing the room's equipment that hasn't been used in a long time. Look at these plants.
I think I can make this work.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
These are experiment records by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see.
Jeez.
A composite being capable of controlling Danon astral energy so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure taking the form of a Danon. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign?
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the master cores. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it? Did you find something?
It's a list of names, with the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait. I think I've found one that was successful. Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
Yep. Yep.
They re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Jeez.
Alphen.
It's fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Volran.
Ooh!
But that means...
Volran is ancient as well.
Someone made him that way too.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volran are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
When was Volran's done?
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign
The
after
crown
all?
contest seems like a farce.
Upon victory, the sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the sovereign residing in Rena.
Jeez.
The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
But even supposing that's true,
Exactly.
someone
Like, who
must
was
have been
in
charge
charge?
for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the sovereign, then who was it?
I'm guessing it's the AI. That red woman.
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman?
Yep. She must be the final boss.
It's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme.
Who else would it be?
She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
That's true. What is Rena even like?
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all, but you're welcome to take a look through what you can, while we're here.
I'll do that.
So this is where Alphen became the sovereign. And Volran as well.
I wonder when Volran became a
The
sovereign.
significance of this location would suggest...
Hey, it looks like the terminals in here turned on too.
We should look through them.
Ooh,
They
a
might
lot more
contain
lore.
valuable information.
Only 2 sovereigns in over 300 years. So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time? And if that's the case, why keep on doing it? Was there really no other way? Or could there be some other reason?
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
Alphen.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. I knew what I was already, so it's not like it's a surprise or anything. But it's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for. I'm scared that I'll put a face to it, just to have someone to blame.
Alphen,
If that were to
wow.
happen, then No. and we'd help you fight it before you ever got that far. Wouldn't we, everyone?
Yeah, we wouldn't just sit by and watch you spiral out of control.
That's right. No good can come from being consumed by hatred.
If you ever start to lose your way, you can count on us to guide you back.
Don't
To
lose
remind
your
you of our
way.
homies.
And I would be happy to lend an attentive ear, should you ever have need.
Thank you, everyone. I think I'll be okay now.
Everyone in this whole fucking game is so sweet. Let's read this lore. Master cores, yes. Master cores are instances of power containing astral energy that belongs to one of the 6 elements. So there are, yes, 6. 5 of these master cores, earth, water, fire, wind, and light, are loaned to Renan lords in the crown contest. Only the dark master core is maintained inside the forbidden zone until the Rena's Alma is ready to be reformed. Its existence is kept top secret. Underneath the master core's spherical outer layer is a force field crystal, used for the purpose of astral energy containment and stabilization. Inside the force field, astral energy is stored in a dormant state. For the duration of their tenure, each lord competes in the crown contest to amass their allotted type of astral energy. In the event of an emergency, each lord may be allowed to withdraw from their respective stock of astral energy as necessary. However, the extent allowed is determined based on their own individual strength. Addendum 1. Design flaws have just been discovered in how the Rena's Alma materializes. Be advised that active master cores may resonate with other master cores located in close proximity and become unstable. Addendum 2. Due to successful regeneration of the Rena's Alma, master cores will cease to be deployed and the crown contest will be permanently halted. Oh, what's going on here? Huh. That didn't happen. Spirit cores. Spirit cores are end terminals used for the collection of astral energy. When embedded in a biological subject, it establishes connections throughout the body. These connections are used to amass astral energy generated from physical activity, which is then emitted from the host body itself. Because the emitted energy is prone to diffuse, the host must be placed within range of a spirit vessel for the energy to be collected. This means that Danans must be employed to harvest the astral energy for the purpose of the crown contest. Given the difficulty in producing them, it is advised that spirit cores be retrieved from host bodies and reused upon their death. Spirit cores can also be embedded in Zeugles to control them via astral arts. Addendum. Increased physical load on a host body tends to produce increased astral energy emissions. Final confirmation of ideal workload to impose on host bodies without inducing death from maximum astral energy yields is still pending. Jeez! Wow! Ugh, that's horrible. Ugh. Lords, here we go. Each crown contest, 5 of the best qualified members of Renan populace choose to act as lords, vying to serve as the next sovereign. During their tenure, they granted level 3 authority, as well as one of the 5 elemental realms to administer, and its corresponding master core. You're also assigned an ID crest indicating their designated element. The selection process is based only on astral artistry and physical and mental aptitude. Other variables such as age have no bearing whatsoever. Because only the strongest go on to become lords, the position itself does not inherently make an individual any stronger. It should be noted, however, that lords are not the only individuals capable of drawing out a master core's powers. All Renans must take part in the selection process, and acceptance of the position is mandatory. It's not allowed for those deemed suitable to decline. Furthermore, in the event an acting lord is incapacitated and can no longer serve in their position, a replacement must be quickly prepared. The following is a report on the second successful case of Sovereign Test 7 experimentation. Here we go, second one. Test subject 10105, given name Volran. Generation NA, blah blah blah. Although subject possesses high latent potential, It exhibits significant mental instability, along with a strong distaste for following orders. As such, the risks it poses surpass even those of the last successful subject, itself a failure, and is therefore under consideration for disposal. Addendum. Oh, he's brand new. This is the first successful case in 300 years, so if Volran was just created. Previously mentioned risk factors are now mitigated due to established control protocols. Subject is to be evaluated upon the assumption that Plan 2 will proceed and will be dispatched to Dana under the guise of serving as a lord. Oh, there's another thing here. Operating table. Lenegis. Lenegis is a large-scale astral energy converter that primarily converts the elemental composition of Dana's astral energy and transmits it to Rena. Activation and control of astral energy conversion is achieved by placing the Sovereign, Maiden, and Rena's Alma within the central core of Lenegis. It is comprised of classified and essential personnel residence zones around a large conduit, along with a defensive layer surrounding them. Probably need to be disguised because the whole thing of sovereigns is top secret. Mystery Theater, remember? The crown contest is supposedly to decide who will become the next sovereign, but that's a farce. So they have to keep up that lie. That's why it would have to be disguised. This outer layer is deployed upon activation, unlocking the central conduit while simultaneously functioning as a stabilization mechanism. Due to its design, deployment of the outer layer is expected to cause damage to residential zones. However, because that only takes place during the final stage of the spirit channeling ceremony, no contingency plan to address site damage is needed. Until that phase, Lenegis serves as the central base of operations for the management and execution of the crown contest on Dana. Warning, any personnel with level 3 authority or lower is strictly forbidden from the classified zone. Any violators will be immediately executed. Detachable harvester. Oh, there we go. We know what that is. A massive spirit vessel placed on Dana for the spirit channeling ceremony. There we go. It serves as the tip of Lenegis' conduit from which it separates. Upon landing in Danan waters, it extends 2 sets of conducting pathways. The vertical pathway connects to the center of Dana. Meanwhile, the horizontal pathways develop the entire surface of Dana. Once activated, it links to biological spirit vessels placed in each realm, effectively harvesting the planet's astral energy and mass. The accumulated energy is then transmitted to Rena via Lenegis. Oh. Because construction and adjustment take place in the Forbidden Zone's regulated area, Lenegis' outer layer must be deployed prior to launch. Intended to function semi-autonomously, only maintenance personnel are expected to manually interface with it when necessary. No other personnel is required to function. Addendum. Detachable Harvester 1 was lost on Dana after exploding due to the rampancy exhibited by the Sovereign. Addendum 2. Detachable Harvester's 2 landing point will remain the same as the previous model. This is due to the explosion of the previous model, which altered the planetary topography. So that's what... Dang! Enabling easier connection to the center of Dana. Sedative mask and bring... Wow. So now all we need to know is really what happens to the winner of the crown contest. We don't know that yet. A sedative mask, a device covering the wearer's whole face that restricts their mental activity, is developed for the purpose of pacifying prisoners. Medical applications are also recognized, particularly as a means of preventing patients from sustaining mental trauma. However, doing so is not recommended, as prolonged use of the device carries the risk of inducing a number of adverse side effects. Addendum, due to the loss of production facilities incurred from the partial destruction of Lenegis, additional devices will no longer be manufactured. Brainwashing report. After receiving reports of a robust new form of rule emerging in Danon's water realm, a study was commissioned to investigate the matter in depth, so this area was recently used. This system is unique in that it elevates only the Lord as the supreme authority, while relegating both Renans and Danons alike to enslavement. Oh, wow, they don't give a shit about the Renans either. What the fuck is going on? Test Subject 10105 serves as the realm's current lord, and achieved this without the use of any special powers, drugs, or special devices. Oh wow, so this area was used very recently. Rather, it is done so by sheer governance. Given the method's effectiveness as population control, monitoring the situation will continue. Addendum 1. Collapse of cognitive facilities via extreme mental repression rooted in violence and fear has proven to be key to this style of rule. Once a subject loses its autonomy, they become desensitized to fear and subsequently cease to prioritize even their own personal safety. Though such a state is ill-suited for commanding officers, it remains an effective way to cultivate disposable infantry and slaves for manual labor. Jesus Christ! The clinical way this is written is terrifying. Addendum 2. Soldiers in Lenegis who had undergone this treatment will be asked to secure classified sectors as a trial. The results will be monitored. The fuck? Who is doing this? This is complete insanity. Alright, this is the last one here. The Sovereign and Maiden. The Sovereign acts as Lenegis' central control device. What is the Spirit Channeling Ceremony? For the Spirit Channeling Ceremony, each one is granted level 2 authority and an ID crest. A Danon subject serves as the base of its creation. In theory, ideal candidates possess equal affinity for every astral element. However, such aptitude is just rare to uncover within real-world conditions. As a result, most subjects die during the adjustment period, and stability is not guaranteed for those who survive it. So they're basically like the Avatar. To become a sovereign, they have to have equal affinity with all 6 elements. The instability, coupled with the sovereign's powers of astral manipulation, pose a high risk to the security of Lenegis if left unchecked. As such, stabilization measures must be put in place via the support mechanism while utilizing the sovereign and spirit channeling ceremony. Addendum 1. No effective alternate methods to perform the ceremony have been found. Trials on Danon subjects are advised to continue. Authorized. Addendum 2. Unit 2 adjustments are a success. Subsequent adjustments are to be put on hold while extended observation takes place. Oh, that's for Volran. The Maiden. The Maiden acts as a sovereign support mechanism for the spirit channeling ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority and ID crest. A Renan subject serves its functions, providing the sovereign with the supplemental dark astral it lacks in tandem with a Renan Salma. During the ceremony, it is partially responsible for astral energy conversion, as well as maintaining stability over the sovereign's own powers. Additionally, the degree of intimacy between it and the sovereign has been observed to positively impact the level of stability in both subjects. Because of this, trial activations of the sovereign without the maiden present are expressly forbidden. Furthermore, neither the sovereign nor the maiden are to be informed about the details of spirit channeling plan We still don't know what the spirit channeling ceremony is for, and what really happened to the crown contest winners. That's the last two things we need to know, and who is doing this. Addendum 1. Mental instability in the maiden has been deemed the cause of the past sovereign's rampancy. Oh! Countermeasures must be considered. Addendum 2. In line with the plan adjustments, the current subject will have its maiden registration revoked and be returned to its original household. Jeez. Chest in here. Room unchanged over 3 centuries. It's like time has stopped. I think it's an AI. It's got to be some kind of AI or something like that. That's doing all this. Oh, more stuff. From monitoring subjects. See lots of numbers. Looks like logs of alignment between subjects and Lenegis proper. Well, yeah, we know that she got to live because, you know, Shion is her ancestor. Descendant, I mean. Luca.
Naori, I...
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Rena never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Naori.
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But... If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes. And this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Elfin. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Elfin.
That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight. Naori was the one who put that mask on me, and made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
Let's see. Classified area, as if it wasn't classified before. Ooh. What's this? That looks creepy. Let's visit these side rooms first. Yep, chests. Heavy treat. Ooh, that's a good thing. And nothing. Why is that even there? Okay. The fuck is this?
Place. We've seen this in one of Naori's
Oh yeah,
memories.
that's right. Yep.
Of course.
Spirit channeling room.
After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
More flashbacks. Let's see.
Naori. What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told.
Seriously.
As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of Oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away
Who wanted
inside
this
of me.
in the first place?
But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done.
You saved so many more.
With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead. That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be.
Oh no.
The Renis Alma was lost, and Alphen the Sovereign was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse onto my descendants as well. Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
So the Renis Alma really could work.
You can't just...
If they had just had a chance to use it.
Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Danan voice speaking through her?
Oh snap!
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Shion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
Yeah.
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma. We'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Shion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
We still don't know what the spirit channeling ceremony is supposed to do.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Shion at the same time.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renan lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion. You included.
Things are a bit too happy now. I'm worried.
Now let's get moving, shall we?
God.
Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Naori. So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony, and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories
is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No. The truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself, and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up.
I would be too.
What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead, and it's for my sake, so I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good.
Oh, wow.
I'll keep on fighting, for as long as it takes, until our future is finally in our hands.
Ooh. Latest maiden. Revitalize. Oh, wow. Advanced healing art that restores all allies HP but 80 CP. Definitely getting that. Oh my god. Wow, pretty much 100% HP boost. Okay. Bye, Mystery Theater. Alright, let's see. Dang, I got a lot of SP here. May as well use it. Dohalim actually doesn't have that many, arts casting mobility for sure. I can't believe he doesn't have that yet. There we go. Law. Guess we'll finish that. Kisara. Alphen. Faster Flaming Edge charge. God damn it, I should have gotten Flaming Edge first. A new sword, Sodale Arthias. Gomrathis. Lazik Farkis.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Danans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dana.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right. A truly caring person.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The ones separating the Renans from the Danans, or herself from others. She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
Look at this area. It's a good thing no evil computer lady is doing shit to us. Oh, which way do we go? Whoa, look at that! It changed! Ooh. That's badass. Is that my best sword? Yes, it is. Oh. I spent all that time forging weapons for nothing. Oh wait, no, she didn't get a new gun. His reflector armor is still better. That's so weird. Look at how handsome he looks. Wow, it looks like a cross between like a military uniform and armor. I love it. Okay, let's keep going. Forbidden Zone Depths Warp Room. Okay. Forbidden Zone Depths. Whoa, below the core. creepy.
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
To the depths of the Forbidden Zone. Ooh, it's just a straight shot. I'm guessing that's a boss over there. Yep. Ooh. We have a skit first, though.
We're a long way from the residential quarters now. It looks completely different.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, this place, it reminds me more of being back inside the wedge.
Except the Danon astral energy feels even stronger here.
In a portion of the city reserved purely for the Renin Sovereign.
Maybe he just has strange tastes?
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, we would be talking from centuries ago. Or perhaps even further back. Still, this isn't the sort of decadence of taste spoken of in artistic circles. So what is it then?
Hold up, decadence? Artistic circles?
When a preference is indulged to its extreme, it descends into kitsch, eccentricity for the sake of it. I'd be happy to illuminate you further.
That depends. Does it involve you buying me lunch?
The void that art fills isn't the stomach, it's the soul.
In that case, I'll let you know the next time my soul starts to rumble.
Now all we need is something to fill up the void inside your head.
Shut up!
Well, that's a lovely humorous scene before we... oh god, I love this new background. Look at this. Amazing. Let's change Shion's arts. I never even used this Gemini Aqua. Yeah, the healing circle seems to be better. Revitalize seems to be like an emergency thing. Resurrection uses 48. Yeah. Healing circle just seemed to be way more economical. Alright, let's go fight a boss.
Volran! He really was still alive.
Oh my god, he's being chained up.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in the machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber this meant to act as a substitute for the maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose?
Exactly.
What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
Seriously.
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of Oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renaissance. Because right now, we need that most of all.
Xion, you stay back.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman!
Okay. Who the fuck are you?
Found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible? What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
Robots?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
They're not feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Alphen. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting just here.
I think they share an HP bar like that boss. Oh, I would hope so at least. Damn, 300,000 HP. And she's a darkness element, of course.
That'll bring you down. Light astral energy curves the leveler. Zephyr Ryan here.
Take this! No further!
Far beyond the darkest skies. I call Zephyr Trident.
Come on, come on. Kill her, kill her! Let's go. Whoa, that's a big attack right there. Whoa.
Pain between heaven and earth. Let me show you what my anything normal is all Zephyr Trident. That'll bring you down. Zephyr Trident.
Damn, look at how many AG I have.
Not in your dreams.
Denied!
Will this hurling struggle? Healing circle. Zephyr Trident. Lightning orb.
Come on, come on, we're so close to halfway. Yeah, they're aliens. Oh my god, that would make sense. If aliens had invaded Rena from long ago. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They smite with black and gray.
You may be strong, but I'll never back down.
I'll heal you all.
What in the world? Dohalim! I'm alright. Still standing.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here we go, here we go. Reaching the 100,000 HP threshold. Yes. 95. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they all share the same HP bar. Let's go, let's go.
This one's mine!
Here we go, here we go.
Can't get out of this!
Helping. Come on, come on. So close, so close. 20,000, come on. 10,000 HP, you can do it. Whoa, what a way to finish it off. Dang, okay. Let's see who what's the deal with her?
Surrender. Fighting is useless now.
Do you think it's really over?
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve.
Oh shit. Yeah, they're just like drones.
What? It's self-destructed?
Alvin!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
Yeah, she clearly has a main body somewhere.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Oh boy.
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much.
So you know this place?
Naturally, it was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart.
Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me?
You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think?
Oh god.
Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings.
Exactly.
You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
He's a Danon.
There were countless.
Whoa, that's...
Every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danon. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volran. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Volran was kidnapped just like Alvin? But then he became a...
Ooh.
A slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volran?
Dang!
So he posed as a Renin and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renin and Dana are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
Ooh.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Fucking hell! Uh-oh. So she's a servant of the true sovereign on Rena. Sounds like that's our last stop. Oh no, no, no! Not again. Oh god. Oh my god. Dang, she is good at jumping.
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. That, seriously, that looked incredible with the wings.
I am the one who devours everything, who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am blood.
Ooh.
Are you two okay?
Yeah. We'll be fine.
Is Volran... Have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What? Those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renaissalma. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Volran mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renaissalma in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
But seriously, I was not expecting Volran to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Renans or Danans.
Yeah, not in a good way like with us.
I think I might be
didn't see
close
that
to the
coming
final
about
boss too.
Volran. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Danan. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day.
How about you, Shion? Dohalim? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the Red Woman we've seen with Volran, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them. About Rena and Shion's thorns.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renis Alma too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.
Okay, let's try to find our way back to the ship and then see, the other way. Because I have a feeling Rena's got to be the final area. Hope maybe some more side quests opened up for us. What's the point of that door? I wonder what the spirit channeling ceremony actually is. Like, seriously. What happens to the winners of the crown contest? Oh, we can't fast travel. Here's our way out of the Forbidden Zone. Back to the Bidden Zone. Am I really gonna have to run through this whole fucking place? They're really gonna make me do that? Seriously? What's the point of that? Oh. Come on. Really? Why? Alright. I do want to get back to the ship, and that's what I think will end the stream for today, but we learned a lot, and I think we're almost to the end of the game. Which is crazy, but you know, there's a lot more side quests as well. I'm pretty sure there will be.
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Oh, interesting. Not all the rooms have enemies, just some of them. Like, cause that guy we passed earlier. Oh, I was nowhere near him. Fucking hell. Oh well, I'll kill it anyway. A lot of fucking HP. That's like a boss level of HP. For this guy. No, I don't think it'll be a 30-minute stream next time, Luca. We're definitely gonna do some side quests. As well, sure. Go, Jeffy, go.
You're mine. Gale Force! Hyper Triad now! Open! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Right. Kill the stupid mantis.
I'm ready for the next battle.
Stupid dogs.
Out of our way! Zephyr Trident! Eat dirt! I never miss! I'll be saving this one! Zephyr Trident! These ones can run rings around us! Thousand Gales, tear you to shreds! I'm going to need to use her! Let me show you what my art can do! A chain between generators!
Pull them away.
That's a new one we haven't seen. Twin Heavenly Swallow between Dohalim and Law.
Step back. This one's all law.
Back to the surface. Oh, what's going on?
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone?
Doe?
You two. Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing, so she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegis is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
It looks like we have still more to do here.
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegis from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegis right now?
Lenegis wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is...
Aww.
Very well then. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Dohalim growing into a leader.
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow remnants of Lenegis. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Eldermen and Sia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid, as people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the Lords and Sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among men. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Oh! Hey, we fixed it. Power's back. Woo!
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
Wow.
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader, the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept turn against death. To see a future.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here.
That
in
is
Lenegis
so
till you get
cool.
back.
Thank you.
So we got, yeah, Dohalim's gonna be the leader.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
Oh, Kisara.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegis who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
Oh.
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits.
That's nice that we got Dohalim. Oh, wow. And a new thing for Dohalim. Renin Leader. And a new attack. Ground Dasher. What's that? For the owls. I have no idea which owls I am missing. Seriously, that's driving me nuts.
Looks like the people of Lenegis can rest easy.
I couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
In one sense, when all is said and done, perhaps I have been a slave this whole time too.
You, a Renin Lord? How do you figure that exactly?
I was complicit in the Renin system, bound by its values, resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take a stand. And when I realized the severity of my mistake, all I longed for was punishment. A lord. And yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hands of others.
I think I can relate. I couldn't stand watching my people bow and scrape their way through life, and I didn't know what else I could do about it either. The ability to think for yourself and be your own master. That's what separates a slave from a free person. At least, that's what Law's dad Zephyr used to say. Zephyr taught me how to fight. But in doing so, he also taught me how to live.
Even if it means stumbling along the way. If it's on a road of our own choosing, free of regret. Why, that's the road of freedom. Or, to put it another way, so long as his heart is compromised, even the loftiest of kings is no freer than a slave. I think I finally understand now. This Zephyr character sounds like he was a wise man indeed. I only wish I could have met him.
Yeah, Dohalim and Kisara never met him.
So much I wish I could ask him, especially now. I wonder, have I been correctly carrying on the torch that he passed to me?
Ooh, another one.
How long have you known?
Known what?
About the darkness I carry inside me. You seem to have been aware of it for quite some time now.
Why ask me now? What does it matter? But, yes, I have. I've pretty much known that something was gnawing at you ever since we left Menancia.
So basically since the very start of our journey then. Just when I thought I couldn't feel more ashamed.
Leave the past where it belongs. We have no need for it now. You're forging ahead. That's what matters. If my brother could see you, he'd be proud.
Not as proud as he would be of his sister, I'm sure.
Well then, just as well it's not a competition, huh?
Oh, another one. Jeez.
Kisara? Anyone at home in there?
Sorry. Did I look distracted?
Among other things. To be entirely honest, I couldn't tell whether you were smiling or frowning.
You were thinking about Dohalim, weren't you?
That obvious, huh?
Wow!
I was just thinking how good it is to see him moving forward at last. It was always so infuriating, knowing how capable he could be if he just put his mind to it. A prisoner trapped in a cage of his own self-doubt. But now, he's finally beginning to spread his wings. I'm happy for him.
So, then why do you look so sad?
Oh, I don't know if I'd say sad. There's a bittersweetness to it, I guess. It's good and strange, knowing that he won't be needing me anymore. It probably sounds weird, doesn't it? I have this massive worry off my mind. I should be jumping up and down for joy, right?
Must be that maternal instinct of yours at work.
Rinwell's right. You're like a mother bird, finally letting go as her child takes his first shaking and nervous flight from the nest.
A pretty big child.
That's one way to look at it. I wouldn't like to see Dohalim's face if he heard you say that. All this has made me realize I can't allow myself to become a prisoner of my own making like he was. If Dohalim can forge his own path ahead, then I can too. I won't be left behind.
Alright, that's all the skits for now. Dang, we've done a lot. Like, okay, 48, level 48. And yeah, there's no fast travel back to the ship. Alright, let's get back there. Back to the ship. I run around, you run around. We're all gonna run around. Yep, it's just straight ahead this way. And around the corner. All right. Look at that. There's the whole goddamn planet.
I thought we'd find answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding more questions.
We did find some
You
answers.
can say that again. And now we have more problems to fix too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The Red Woman and the Renaissance. The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
So, what do we do first when we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should... What?
Oh! Well. God, she is so fucking creepy. Oh. Okay. Game over. What just happened? We got teleported somewhere.
Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What?
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Oh,
Quite
spaghetti.
bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone, look there!
Are they gonna throw us into the sun? That's a dick move if true. There's Rena. What? Oh my god. What the fuck is happening? What is up with Rena?
A flower blooming out of Rena?
But that flower looks like it's absorbing all of Dana's energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
Well, we knew it was supposed to be a
If that's
conduit.
true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
We can only pray that they are.
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
The flower of Oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Oh my god.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
So what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down! You're not the only one who's worried here.
Right. Sorry.
It's still too early to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
Now what?
The starship, it's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
The fuck is going on? Going back to Lenegis. Lenegis turned into like a giant space laser.
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegis in here.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red
Oh,
women?
wow.
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey, Shion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
Something tells me we're gonna learn the truth. Oh boy.
Shion, just in the nick of time. Here, lend me a hand while I...
No!
What the... Oh, right. The thorns. My bad.
No, I'm the one who should apologize. I overreacted.
Again, Law? Can't you even go a minute without putting your foot in your mouth?
Seriously, it's fine. I'd rather that than people feeling like they're walking on eggshells around me. Besides, I'm the one who should be vigilant about not touching you guys, not the other way around.
Actually, I've been meaning to ask. Not being able to touch people, does it ever get lonely sometimes?
I guess I never really thought about it in those terms. It was either accept it for what it was or come undone. Before long, it was just part of my everyday reality. I think I even forgot there was another way to live. Which isn't to say I didn't feel alone. I did. Always.
So numb to your reality, you couldn't even recognize it as loneliness? I don't know how you managed.
Jeez.
It's fine. I know I'm not alone anymore.
But I can't even touch you. No way of lending you a shoulder when you're down? Even Alphen.
I appreciate the concern. Until I get rid of these thorns, I guess I'll have to put up with it just a little longer. But not forever. Alphen promised me that. Maybe it'll be soon, maybe it won't be. But either way, the day will come. And I'll be ready when it does.
Yeah, just hang in there. One day, we'll share a big warm hug. You'll see. I promise.
Aww. Damn, we have another skit. I want to end the stream, but we have the skits there, and I don't know if they'll save.
Boo! Yeah, what the? Are you out of your mind? This isn't the time for games, Rinwell.
Oh, come on. How am I supposed to resist with you looking all jittery like that?
It's called experiencing feelings appropriate to the situation. You ought to try it sometime.
Yeah, but seeing you act all nervous, you're making me start to feel nervous too.
Oh, sorry.
Staying alert is important, but too much caution can cloud your judgment. Try to strike a balance.
Oh, that was just a little thing. I don't know where that came from, but okay, you guys. Oh my god. I don't know where the fuck we are. The summoning main quest. Oh boy. This has been quite the stream. Wow. Thank you all so much for joining me. 3 hours and 15 minutes. Wow. Looks like we are definitely approaching the end game, that's for sure. Next time, I think we're about to learn the truth. And hopefully, if we can, try to do start one final batch of side quests. Until then, I will say, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You're all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.